probably gonna need to put this into... Because I don't want the temperature inside the pipe to change, so it'll be insulated gas pipe from here on out. Because here it's all minus, it doesn't matter if it changes a bit, but I want it to be cool and comfy by the time it gets to the base. So maybe it would be better if I already put insulated from the start to minimize the changes. That'll work just fine. Now this will make some oxygen and hydrogen, which is good because I need hydrogen to run this thing. And I'm fine with this being whatever temperature it wants to be. And it's split. It's important to split them up and not put them in a single one because they will stack together when they're coming out, which increases the flow. Now there is one thing I need here, and that is I need to have an automated valve that will only let hydrogen in when the temperature is above a certain point. So that it only works when the temperature is above that point, so that it doesn't run all the time, because this can run the temperature to -80 and we don't want that. We want this to be under 24 but not under 0, because I'm gonna freeze my base. I don't want that. So I need to put a valve underneath there. Gas shut off. And I need a filter. Oh, I guess I'll do it like this. So gas comes in, hydrogen comes out of here and into here, and then goes in here. But if this is full, then it goes further and I store it. Yes, that will work just fine. And then only the regular oxygen and what's left in the pipe or after that goes further. Magnificent. Yes, that will work just fine. And then I put that. What am I doing? Tup, tup. Here, and I put a thermosensor on it. So if the temperature here is above a certain point, it will activate and let hydrogen into the freezer, making it sure that it drops the temperature again. Magnificent. I should definitely blueprint this because it will confuse me. I'm gonna make it out of iron. So this is for the extra hydrogen. And hydrogen is useful, so we want to pipe that out as much as we can. Hydrogen can be used as a power source, it can also be used for cooling, and if I'm gonna be needing some extra cooling, I will be needing that. There we go. Probably gonna need to put another ladder there. We got new printables, pufflet egg, wort seed, a doctor. What do we want? We're gonna take the eggs, but only so that we can make omelets. I didn't put an egg cracker yet, so I'm gonna put it here. Research. What's this? Sand, polluted water. I'm gonna dig this up. There's some gold here, which is magnificent. Gold is great. I hope I piped everything correctly, because if I didn't, then I will have some trouble putting it back together. I will need some refined metal as well. I'm gonna take a ton and 500 kilograms. That should be enough for now. I have 7 tons of metal, of iron specifically, so that should be enough. And yeah, that will be fine. Should also start exploring a bit, dig further into the asteroid, see what else is available there. Focus bone, that's good for... Oh, I think that down here, that's definitely a geyser. And I do want to discover what that geyser is. But I have to dig down to get to it. Which would mean I could release this bubble of oxygen. It would go over this, so it would be clean oxygen, but... Do I really want to do that? I don't think so. Not at the moment, anyway. Instead, gonna go through here and zigzag around. Plenty of CO2 getting down from the factory here, so that's not going to be an issue. Also getting more mushrooms, and I can definitely take another duplicate. Just need to get a good one. Yeah, see, without a sun lamp, he's just chill, but he's not exactly enjoying himself fully. Did you actually make that glass already? Do I have glass? I do. Interesting. How did you lose 0.01 gram of glass? Did that leak somewhere? No? What happened to the glass? 49.9 kilogram of glass. How did that happen? So I somehow lost 0.01 kilogram of glass. Somehow. Yeah, I figure this will be unreachable. I will need to do something about that. Why is this going all the way here though? It doesn't need to go all the way there. This is still unreachable though. Was hoping I wouldn't have to do that, but I do have to do that. Yeah. It's very, very tight in here. Are you kidding me? Can this be deconstructed? Oh, it can. They changed that. You couldn't deconstruct these before. I'm gonna deconstruct them temporarily so I can make that wire there. Once that's done, I'm gonna close it back up. I would need to deconstruct these as well. Seem to be unable to progress here. That'll work. That'll work. So, did you make me more glass? Yes, you did. I don't know how did you manage to lose 0.01 kilogram of glass, but shame on you, whoever it was. There we go. Also need to wire it up. And we need some automation here as well, because I only want this to run when somebody's actually in here, so that we don't waste any electricity needlessly. Electricity is precious. We don't want to waste electricity. There we go. By the way, welcome to everybody who joined the chat and who making some company here for me while I'm doing this. I'm kind of doing in focus mode, but I am looking up every once in a while. Okay, so everything's doing swimmingly, and we have some carpets. I think this... I mean, I don't really need the carpets here, because even without that, I have the maximum decor in this room. I can actually put in a bucket of poop, and it's still going to be maximum decor, but I like it. So it's going to be done. Yeah, the heat here is rising, but that's fine. That's why they made this in a cold biome. And these are now constructed. Might as well build that back up. I really hope I piped everything correctly, because I don't feel like reworking this. Of course, I have to close the gap between these two. That stands to reason. I also probably need a transformer there. I could just wire the cable directly into this, but that would not be very smart. Did I set this up? Yeah, if this is above 24, then let the hydrogen in. And I'm out of metal. Are you making more? You are making more. Make some more. There we go. Raise the priority to construct this first. We're gonna need another recreational room. Probably gonna put it here. Can I fit a jukebox in there? I think I can, but I won't. I can't. It's actually 4 tiles wide. I won't, simply for the simple reason that this power cable will be overloaded then. Or will it? Yeah, it will, because it's 1200 watts for the jukebox, I think. Oh no, it's 960. We'll see how much is the potential load. But even then, it doesn't fit here, so I'm not gonna bother. I could put some pictures to some other places there, so that you have something to look at while you're cooking endlessly. Actually, no. No, 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 no. There are better ones that are more space-minded. There we go. That'll be better. No printables available. Will we take a dupe? No. You are good at constructing, but you're a yokel. You're destructive, and you're super productive. Okay. Okay. And consider that we don't really need you that much, you are going to be supplying, storing, and tidying for the time being until I decide otherwise. There you go. That's your life right now. You are the maid. Welcome to the base. Also, you need a place to sleep, and you would like to have your room to be in pretty much the same quality as everybody else's is. Which means I have to remove the dirt from your ceiling. Okay, so this is now in operation, is it? Potential load is 1260 watts. Yeah, we don't want to load that wire up. And this is now... Okay, so we'll see when they're soon scheduled to be in here, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully this will work. It should. It worked before. Come on, somebody use it. Somebody go in that room and use it. I know you're all pooping and peeing, but go recreate. Do some recreational activities. Yes, it is working. And as you can see now, he is totally chill. Also, of course, he's also the newest one in base. You just got here. You think you deserve this? Okay. We're getting lumber now as well, which is good, and also means that I can now put a station here to groom these little gits, which will increase their ability to produce eggs. It'll make them happy, and I don't have to feed them actively because they will just be eating these branches. All of this open at the moment. I do need for these guys to finish all of this up, though. So, would you kindly all get over here and do this now, please? We'll need a place to store all the ice. And yeah, okay, I was correct. I'm actually now using up more of this water than it's coming in. So we're good. This will be inactive for 48 cycles. I will probably use all of this water up by the time. I don't use much for this, for plumbing, but I use a lot for these. But then it'll start up in 48 cycles and it'll be fine again. It's a lot though. Every single tile is at least 1 ton of water. So that's a lot. It's like 30 or 40 tons in there. Should be holding us. And there's plenty of water around me as well. I can pipe into if I need to. But this is the one I actually need for the purposes of the oxygen generation, but I will do that once I actually have this thing all plumbed up. Kind of pointless to dig into it before then. Is this an unreachable build? Yes, all of these are unreachable. I can't get a ladder close enough for them, so we will be digging around them. I know I'm digging into the slime. I know that's not the best idea ever, and I know there's plenty of germs in there, but it has to be done. There's plenty of chlorine and hydrogen, so those germs won't survive for long. All of the CO2 in here actually pushed all the chlorine out, which is a potential problem. I say potential because it's not really a problem unless it starts accumulating in a place where the duplicates are sleeping. And that actually works like a nice little blockage for the germs. And the last bit of research before we have to worry with, well, deal with the space exploration. Okay, let's just put a higher priority on this so this gets finished first, and then we'll start dealing with the point of getting to the water. And I still didn't even use all the starting up water. This is all from the original tank of water that we started the biome with, which is good. I never used it up, but at this point it's just now in the way. I need to start exploring. Okay, let's line up the dig jobs. I am incapable of drawing a straight line. Again, we will need one of these over here, because we will be digging in through polluted oxygen. Oh, another fungal spore, that's good. It's gonna be planted. Should also line up some cleaning jobs. Get them to clean up after themselves. These guards are overcrowded. Let's see. These are maxed 7, and how many are there inside? It is 7 out of 7. So why is it overcrowded? Because of the egg? I guess it's possible that they're counting the eggs as well. Let me see what will happen if I put one on wrangle. Because they should auto-wrangle the extras into another place when it's available. I'm not sure if it's gonna happen. Oh yeah, we have some puff eggs to break. And I don't want any more sage hatchlings, please, so let's break those eggs. And those eggs as well. I only want regular hatchlings. Don't need sages. Okay, so this is now complete, and yeah, chlorine is up there, so if there are any germs, they're gonna getting killed right away. Okay, doke. But these are still unreachable. Come on, how can this be unreachable? How can that be unreachable? It's too... I refuse to believe that two spaces away is unreachable. It might be that they're just not able to get close enough because it's so close to them, I guess. If that's the case, I'll just have to go around, but it's kind of a chore. Yeah, I'm gonna deconstruct them for now to let them build the wire, and then I'm gonna reconstruct it. What are you doing? Where are you? Oopsie daisy. No. Sand. Yes, please. Sand is plentiful, but it's also useful. Ergo, I'm taking it. Don't need any more duplicates for the time being. Although I am getting enough food to sustain more. Mostly from pickled meals, to be honest. Not so much from fried mushrooms. When that changes, then I'm gonna start removing these. Right now, our mushroom food is not nearly where it needs to be to actually become the basis of our food economy. No, let them finish what they're doing. Hey Joshua, welcome to the chat. Or maybe I should just use your internet name, ivader17. Nice to see you there. Hope you enjoy. This time Justin is not playing along. He's not joining the chat. He's probably getting tired of seeing his character getting sick all the time because I keep sending him into the cold biome to dig stuff up. Oh, that's why it's unreachable. I am an idiot. It's not unreachable because of this. It's unreachable because they can't reach the ladder. Ah. And why can't you build a ladder here? What is here that? Oh yeah, because the electrolyzer is here. Okay, my bad. I was an idiot. Apologies for that. Yeah, yeah, it's fine, Joshua. Don't worry about it. I really don't care. My I'm my name is public everywhere else, so it doesn't really matter if you use my real name. Nobody apart from you will be able to pronounce it anyway. Okay, put some pictures up so that he doesn't complain that he's the only one who doesn't have any pictures there. I'm gonna release this oxalite as well. Research complete. Almost done with all of the research, I believe. What's left? Yeah, we're on the last piece of research. We're not gonna be getting into rocketry yet, but it is a good point to start digging upwards. The problem is where from would be the best position to start digging upwards. I would rather not release more gases than I need to. And there is a slime biome up directly above me. I'm gonna try from this purple biome. That's on a lower priority though. I want you guys to finish digging this up first. And this needs to be done before you finish that hole, please. Oh, I need to line up the omelets. Forever. Whenever there is an egg, please make an omelet. They're still overcrowded. Jeez. So 7 is too much. Put it on 6. glad I didn't make this one because that one was a mistake. Okay, we reached the water. Now let us construct a pump at the bottom. Thing is, I should build a pump over here where it's the deepest, not here where it's shallowest. And whoever is gonna be digging it will be burned, so there will be scolding. It's probably gonna be Justin. Justin's gonna be scolded. There we go. Probably should. Maybe I should make it out of gold. I mean, this water is 74 degrees. It deserves. Poor thing. Last stream, he was the one who was always getting into the cold biomes, and he had hypothermia pretty much constantly. And I promised I would make him a sweater. I didn't make him a sweater. He's still running naked. Although it wouldn't be a bad idea to make everybody sweaters, especially now since I have the materials for it. But I don't really care about their well-being enough to equip them with sweaters, so they will just have to bear it for a long time coming. If they're gonna get anything, they're gonna get snazzy suits, so they give me a mobile morale boost whenever they're going. And they will not be able to reach that without some help. Okay, is this now constructed? Yes, they did construct this. So, gas pump. One over here and one over here. Please do that first. Thank you. I should then... Oh, where am I gonna put all the ice? All of this ice needs to go somewhere before I finish this up. Need to make the doors as well. Make them out of iron. I need to make an ice container. This is 22 degrees, might as well put all the ice there. No germs, just the way I like it. All of this oxygen is now clean, which means I get extra oxygen from there. Let's dig some more slime and gold up. I would like to finish this before today's stream ends, so how about you guys get a move on it? I'm gonna raise the priority on this. And clean all of that up, please. Let's see, we probably have some things in here that they are not collecting. Manufactured, refined, settings, and here we put the liquefiables, specifically ice, polluted ice, and snow. I don't care, just put all of it there. They're not really using the recreational room that much, and I think it's because their morale is so freaking high they don't need to. You can really keep their morale high with such small things, just like enclosing the rooms and putting some decor in it and giving them a proper poop place. Also helps if the decor is high in the all of their living area so that they feel comfy. Yeah, let me check the oxygens. Yeah, the oxygen is actually slightly starting to decrease. The pressure is dropping in some areas. So I do have to get this oxygen generation system up and running. And now what I will also need to do is the pressure of the CO2 is increasing. On one hand, that is good because I want CO2 for the mushrooms, but on the other hand, that CO2 will still start to rise from pressure. So we will be pumping that out. Care package of rust. Yeah, just leave. Give me rust. Give me rust rather than anything else. Can you spot the problem that I just did? Unreachable build. Because this ladder is too high and they can't reach it. Can you build that up so that I can then finally close the bloody room, please? Build this first. And there we go, no more research to do for the time being. So our researcher can do other things now. Who was our researcher? Gloria was our researcher. She doesn't have any other interests. So what will we put her on to? Nobody else wants to be... Let's put her on another farmer. The power production seems to be going well. The charge isn't dropping as so fast as our generator is not being able to keep up with it. Which means power-wise we're fine, but when I plug this up, that'll change drastically because that'll be another 1000 watts of power that's getting eaten. So we will need to start considering getting another source of energy. And ideally, I would like that to be the natural gas. But I would have to find a natural gas geyser in order to do that. And there is a geyser here, I know there is, I just don't know what it is. And it's unlikely that it's going to be a natural gas geyser. It's probably a volcano. Which would suck if it is a volcano. But there's only one way to find out. And that is to dig it up. Please don't be a volcano. I don't want to deal with a volcano right now. Why I don't want to deal with a volcano? Because volcanoes add a lot of heat into the colony and you need like 2 layers of insulated blocks to keep that heat in check. And because everything that comes out of it is molten, you need to cool it before you can use it because the metal will not magically cool off when you build with it. And I would rather not have to build a giant hydrogen fridge around a volcano to keep it cool. I mean, volcanoes are very useful late game. Late game they are a godsend, but early and mid game, no, you just don't want to deal with them. It's best not to even trigger them. And you can't know what geyser is until you actually get close to it, and it is a geyser. There is neutronium here, so it definitely is a geyser. It could be a CO2 geyser. Scalding. Who's getting... Yeah, Nicholas getting scolded. Nice change for... nice change. It wasn't Justin this time. So Justin avoided getting his bum burned this time around. He will still have his eventually. I have no doubt about that. I would like to keep this in a common level of height and everything. Oh, hold on. This carries heat. We don't want heat. So up to here it's normal pipes. And also let's prevent unnecessary damage. Now we're getting more food than we need. Most of it comes from pickled meals, but that's still fine. We only have 2,800 calories from fried mushrooms, so we're still way too low on the mushroom front. We need more mushrooms. Mushroom. We will want this to be insulated because there will be a pipe with hot water coming through it. I think I'm gonna run that pipe above and through here. Yeah, that'll be perfect. It'll go above all of this. Are they actually collecting the ice and snow I told them to collect? They're not yet. Well, I didn't put this on a high I did put this on a higher priority. What? They're being lazy. Okay, hopefully this is the last time I have to close this place up. Should have just built it one tile wider, but I was being an idiot. And what's all this water now? Where did this come from? A piece of ice melted, didn't it? Who dropped a piece of ice? Justin? I know it was you. Probably wasn't, but I'm gonna say it was you. I was wondering how come I'm not getting an insufficient oxygen alert. I have some oxalate running here. I didn't even know about that. I completely forgot about that. There's still 4 tons of oxalate here to burn off. That's gonna create quite a bit of oxygen. Our oxygen pressure is quite good. We get like 1700 grams per tile. That's good. The pressure of the CO2 is also increasing though, so it's rising up in the base. It's fine as long as it keeps under the point of where everybody is living, but I don't like the idea of it rising too much. And because CO2 can only be used for very few things, eventually you just have to pipe it out into space. More CO2 gets made than you actually can use. Didn't these guys get improved carrying? Oh, you didn't. But I want you to be a better cook. Better carrying, improved carrying. So all of you can carry well up to a ton. So please do not slack off. I don't know how you can carry up to a ton, but you are carrying up to a ton. Carrying a bit more, I think. Apart from you, you don't have improved carrying yet. go. That's all built up. Gonna increase the priority on this so that this gets built up sooner. They're chilling. The room works. They are chilling. It's amazing that this actually works as sleep, because they will get rest from this. Maybe I should just replace all of their beds with sun beds. Oh, 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 oh. This guy, you see those cogs above? He has so much morale and he's so happy that he is having his morale boost triggered. And his happiness trigger is that he's being extra productive during that time. And I think he's the only one at the moment. Yeah. Oh, but I think some other ones will be getting it as well, because I can see a lot of them have really high morale. And that's always nice to see. That means you're doing good. Who spilled water again? Please clean that up. Clean up after yourself. New printables. What do we have? Ooh, we have 12,000 calories of barbecue versus 3 dupes. Extra food, please. Yes, always food. Food is the thing that we always need. Barbecue, omelets. Yes, store all of that. Yes. I'm actually getting kind of hungry now, just thinking about that. Is this masterpiece? It is a masterpiece. I completely forgot to put a statue over here. Okay, so this is piped up correctly. It's also plumbed up correctly, I think. Which means theoretically, if I plug this in, it will work. Well, it'll work to a point. I didn't actually put the pipe that's going out anywhere. It ends here. So I do need to actually take that pipe over to where I want the oxygen to be delivered to. But I would like to have a source of water actually available before I start doing that. I'm thinking whether I should put a tank of water here or just keep plumbing it up. I'm just gonna plumb it. Yes. Straight line. Straight line, please. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And on the 5th one is where we turn. Over here. I'm actually running low on igneous rock. I will need to mine more igneous rock. There we go. Perfect. Perfecto. We want this to be dug up. Then this. We know that this will still interact with its environment, so we want this to be done with insulated, because despite the water temperature not changing inside of the insulated pipe, the heat of the pipe itself will bleed out into the environment. So we want that to be made from insulated stuff. Of course, that will also require me to actually let them dig up there. They'll have something to do for a while now. Clean up after yourself, please. Can't remember this slide. How far does it reach? Oof. I know that overlay was painful, so apologies for that. That overlay identifies the types of gases and matter around you, but it is painful to see. You can see that this little tiny Weezwort actually managed to keep everything around it so cool. It's actually getting cold. I might need to dig it out a bit and let it just to run its course and heat up the environment a bit. This will take a while. This is how it looks like when you play Oni and when you line up a large project. You essentially have a bunch of things that need to be done while they all juggle other responsibilities as well. Which is why you have priorities, so you can have at least one guy always doing a digging or a building job. And to be honest, with 136,000 calories, I could probably take more people into the colony. And right now, we do need a machinist. So I'm probably gonna take somebody who has a machinery, digging, or construction at +7, and have them do all digging and building as well. I don't. How old are you? You've been with me for a while. 33 of 75. Puffs live a long time. I think hatches live 100 years though. Yeah, they live 100. Well, 100 cycles. I should probably put in an incubator and incubate those eggs. What's the power load here? Yeah, I'm gonna put in an incubator there. I don't use the space for anything else, so might as well put an incubator there. Only one, because I don't need that to use extra time and power than it necessarily needs. Raise the priority of this, do that first. Building so many insulated pipes will pretty much drain all of my igneous rock reserves. However, that's not a problem because there's plenty of that to go around. There's always igneous rock somewhere. And we have hydrogen here in larger amounts. There could be another geyser here for hydrogen. No other geyser is visible. Ah, there's another one. There's another geyser here. After we check this one out, we might dig around and check that one as well. I do want to find at least one natural gas. Because These things only last for so long and they are really poor. It's like 600 watts per, and they eat coal. These little guys produce coal, but they don't produce enough for what these guys eat, and my consumption grows. So I would like some natural gas generation since that is 800 watts per, which is more. Also, eventually I will be able to move over to burning ethanol and just burning that instead. And that's 1200 watts, but it's also 120 Celsius of heat and a lot of CO2. So before I go into that, I want to have cool oxygen running through the base, and I want to have a way of disposing of CO2. It would be great if I could get some oxyferns. If this thing could actually give me some oxyferns, I would be so happy. Oxyfern is a weed which eats CO2 and it produces oxygen. It needs 50 liters of water per cycle, actually 50 liters of water per cycle to keep alive, but it's worth it. It can pretty much solve your CO2 slash oxygen issues. Or if you when you're playing on the Oasis asteroid, that's the natural habitat for the oxyferns, and you pretty much use that exclusively to make oxygen. And it can produce a lot of oxygen if you use it in bulk and you have enough CO2 to throw around. It just occurred to me that I'm going for a natural gas geyser as a hope, but these in purple biomes, they could actually be polluted oxygen vents. And you would might think, oh, but that's a good thing. A polluted oxygen vent to just clean it up. Yeah, polluted oxygen vent emits polluted oxygen at 500 degrees Celsius. So it would melt anybody who breathed it in. It would turn their lungs into mush. So that's not perfect. I would need a way to cool that oxygen first, which I would have here. So yeah, that would work. Food trumps everything else. I know that they can reach all of this. I'm going to let them do that when they are finished with this. And just to focus them a bit more. What is the closest wire? This one. What's the power load? 660 watts. I could just extend the wire from that to this pump. This only needs 240 watts, so I can just put a regular copper wire. Because I don't feel like putting in another transformer down here just for that one pump. Just pointless. What's the temperature here? All of it good. The toilets are a bit hot, but they have essentially they have warm seats. They have seat warmers in their toilets. They're happy with that, trust me. They're having their tushies warmed up. Okay. Can continue with this now. Oh, a loose hatch. Stop. You're getting captured. You're becoming part of the family now, and you have no choice about it. Ah, there we go. We have a new hatch just hatched. I really don't mind if they're overcrowded. Overcrowded basically means that they will not hatch, they will not lay any more eggs while they're overcrowded. but all I want them to do is eat stuff and produce coal. So as long as they do that, and they will do that even when overcrowded,